Hello, this is teacher Kim Hobani, and today we'll be learning about how to translate your name into Korean. Okay, because I'm in part of many multiple Facebook groups as well as KakaoTalk groups and on YouTube, and people always ask, hey, can anybody translate their name into Korean? Okay, and then every time that they do that, I was wondering, oh, what happens if there's a video that helps them translate the language by themselves? And I was thinking, okay, today's the day, so I'll be teaching you guys two main ways you can translate your names into Korean. Teacher Kim, subscribe and like. Okay, number one way is literal translation, which there's total of 11 steps that you have to do. And then the other one is actually very simple, which is just forget about how your name is in your country or in your language, but just actually come up with a whole new Korean one, which some people actually do, inspired from a K-drama, K-pop idol, or some Korean person that they've seen that they really like the name of. For example, I know some people named Minho because of Lee Min-ho, and I know some people named Yongjun after Bae Yongjun. Okay, but that's an easy one, and I'm not gonna, because for me, if you look at somebody, you can say, oh, that person's like that name, that person's that name. So I personally don't know who's watching this video, so I cannot give you these random Korean names, because these all the random Korean names, like just as English, you can say, oh, that person looks like his name is David, or that person looks like his name is Justin. Like all these names as characteristics. So it's really ultimately up to you which Korean name fits you the best. But if you want to literally translate your name into Korean, this video I'll give you guys 11 steps, and then you have to go through all these 11 steps to make sure your name fits all these 11 categories. Then your name is finalized. Let's go with number one first. Okay, number one is the most basic one, which is there should be at least one consonant and one vowel in each syllable. Okay, meaning that if your name is Anna in English, then it should be Anna, 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 so or any sorts. Okay, there's no perfect one way to translate into your name, but you just have to follow this rule that there, at least every syllable, there needs to be at least one consonant and one vowel to at least make a soundable. And number two is R at the end is silent. So for example, if your name is Murder, then your Korean name would be Moto or Mato. Okay, so R is just ignored. H at the end of the syllable is silent, just as in English. Like for example, Hannah, Hannah. Okay, the H at the end is not even pronounced in English, so it's also same in Korean. It should be Hana or Hanna, or any way you want to go at it, but the H is silent at the end. And the H, number four is SH at the end of your word either becomes she or she. Okay, so meaning that if your name is Josh, in Korean it can be Ja-shi or Ja-shi. And then the P, and number five is if your syllable ends with P or PH, it either ends with P or P. For example, if your name is Philip, in Korean it can be Philip or Philip. And then if your name, one of the syllables end with T, then it can be either translated with shield as a bottom, or T. So example, if your name is Nat, your Korean name can be Nat or Net. And then number seven is if your name has F in it, then it's translated into P. Okay, so if your name is Francesca in English, in Korean it can be Francesca, because in Korean we don't have a F sound, so we always translate into P sound. Number eight is V. V is pronounced as B, because in Korean we don't have a V sound. Okay, so if your name is Victor, then in Korean it can be Victor. And then number nine is if your name has Z in it, then it's pronounced J in Korean, because we also don't have a Z sound or jet sound. Okay, so if your name is Zuckerberg, then in Korean it can be Zuckerberg. And number 10 is a little tricky. If you have an L sound followed by the vowel, then your name in Korean should become lir plus vowel. So what I mean by it is if your name is Celia, then in Korean it can be Sel Lil La, okay, with the A as a vowel. Last one is if your name ends with K, then you can either end with 기억 as a 받침 or 크 as an ending, meaning that if your name is Derick, then in Korean it can be Derick or Derick. Okay, so these were some of the most common ones. So these are the 11 rules that you gotta see before you can translate into your own language. So let's actually look at what are the most common English names, and I can translate into Korean. Okay, so I just want you to know that there's multiple ways you can translate it as long as it fits these 11 rules. Okay, so let's see all the common English names. English name. So number 1 is James. In Korean it can be James, and then it follows all the 11 rules. Okay, and number 2 is David. It can be David. And number 3 can be Christopher. In Korean it can be Christopher. And number 4 is George, which is Joji. And number 5 is Ronald. It can be Ronald. Okay. And then that's it for today. And I hope you find this video helpful and meaningful. And let me know, comment down below how you translated your English name into Korean. Okay. And this is Teacher Kim, and see you next time. Bye bye.